Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining, whether you're joining live or on the replay. Thank you for being here. It's awesome that you are here. And please let me know that you're here so I can give you a shout out. Okay. So, for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Cheryl Janine. I am an intuitive business success coach and growth strategist. And even though I don't really call myself a brand strategist anymore, I still am at heart. So I wanted to really touch bases on a few things as it comes to our intuition and how we're showing up, right? And really more so about our branding and marketing, that aspect of our businesses. So let's dive in. So I wanted to really first start off touching bases with intuitive branding versus traditional marketing, because that seems to be a big question that people have, as far as what's working and what's effective. And so I'm just going to differentiate the two real quick. So traditional marketing to me is more like a sales page. It focuses on the features. It's kind of like a commercial. It's kind of blah. It's really a detachment there emotionally. But intuitive branding, on the other hand, when we're showing up in our marketing and showing up for our brand, it's more like an authentic place. There is an emotional attachment there because you're showing up as who you are. You're showing up as the real you. And whatever it is you're aligned with, you're in that flow of purpose. Okay. So that's why I am a big fan of doing intuitive branding versus traditional marketing, because a lot of things that have worked in the past are not working now. And we just really have to understand why that is and make the necessary changes so that we're getting results. Okay. So I wanted to kind of peel back some layers on, just authenticity, really how that is with you as far as showing up. Okay. And the first thing is your point of attraction. I'm not going to go into the law of attraction or anything like that, but your point of attraction has two elements to it. There's input and there's output. Okay. So your input is your focus point for manifestation and achievement. So you've set a goal, right? And you are focused on achieving that goal and bringing that to fruition somehow, right? You've created a plan and that's your focus point, and of course, it's something that you want to achieve, right? You have achievements and you have manifestation goals that you have set. Hopefully, you've done this already for 2023, right? So your output is something different. It's a little different, okay? But it's really your uniqueness and magnetism that draws people in. Okay. So that's how you're showing up as your authentic self and everything. Even if you don't like yourself, it's really how you're drawing people in. And honestly, your uniqueness is something that is really that key thing that gets people attracted to you. Because I said this, I think, on a video yesterday. I'm like, the thing that we don't like about ourselves is the very thing that draws people to us, is the very thing that other people like, because people never see us how we see ourselves. They rarely do. So that's your magnetism, though, your personality, how you're showing up, how you're projecting your content and how you're just, engaging and interacting with people. That's your magnetism. Okay. That's what's drawing people in. So that's your output. Okay. That's what, your radiant light that shines beyond, everything else that draws people in. Okay. So that's your input and your output. And both of those things affect people. And when I abbreviate people, when I'm texting, maybe most of us do it, PPL, it's, for me, I've narrowed it down to productivity, performance, and leadership. Okay. It affects people, productivity, performance, and leadership. So I'm going to just break those down real quick. Okay. So your productivity. Now, your productivity, there's your low frequency versus your high frequency in what you're doing. Okay. Okay, that's when you're operating in low frequency. You have those negative statements that come up, and it's telling your mind things that you really don't need to hear, because you really want to operate in your high frequency. You really want to be there. You want to be at that higher level because you're producing more at that higher level than in your lower level. So when the statements creep in, it shifts how you produce in your business. It shifts what you are producing in your business. So, for an example, you have a new offer and you need to produce a certain amount of promo material or content to manifest the result of people actually buying it. But if you're not showing up, if you're not producing, then your chances of conversions are very low because you're operating at that low frequency. So we want to actually get you up to a higher frequency so that you're producing more. That's really basically all that is. Okay, so that your productivity. Okay, so now your performance, when we move into performance, because it also affects your performance, right? It's also low frequency versus high frequency for how you're showing up. So now the question is, are you confident with energy that creates results? Right? Are you operating in confidence? Are you operating in the right energy? Okay, so for example, I was telling someone, I think yesterday I was on the call with somebody and I was telling them that I really didn't have a morning routine. I kind of just started having that because I noticed that if I get up and I'm recharged, I can actually, instead of actually jumping into my day, I can actually sit with myself, right? Get a little bit more centered, quiet my mind a little bit before actually just starting the day, because therefore I can handle my day a lot better. Okay. And I can handle all of the things that I need to do a lot better. And I have clear steps on what I need to do if I continue with a morning routine. Okay. Which is maybe working out, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's something that I can really sit with myself. It's a part of self-care. Yeah. And just get clear. So so when you're recharged, and even if you're not, because honestly, a lot of times I'm not recharged, I may not get a good sleep, but I can still recommit to my day, right? I still can do some things where I can just recommit to the day. And that's very important because performing at higher levels bring in higher conversion. So whatever I need to do in the morning to get myself prepared for the day, that's what I need to do. So whatever that looks like for you, whatever is going to enable you to perform at a higher level, then you're going to produce more. Okay. And we're not talking about time, about you getting in the flow of purpose. You're going to produce more at a higher level and hence bring in higher conversions. Okay, so that's your performance. So then once you get your productivity together, you have your performance together, you are in your leadership, right? You're flowing right into your leadership. And your leadership is how to problem solve and make decisions based on what you want for your business. What do you want for your business? Ask yourself that question, right? And then you have to make certain decisions. You may have to take certain risks. You may have to create certain opportunities that are not there or not available to you. You may have to create them, but you have to make some decisions and do some problem solving with things that come up that may not, that you may not like, but they're there and you have to deal with it. So let's problem solve. Let's make some decisions based on what we want. Okay. So like, for instance, if lead generation is a problem or not a problem or challenge, because nothing is really, hard. Nothing is really anything like that. It's really just sometimes it's challenging. Okay. So we'll use that word. If lead generation is a challenge, then what's the best way to bring in leads, right, for you right now? If you don't have a whole bunch of money, like thousands of dollars to spend on ads or whatever, what's the best way to bring in leads? Collaboration, right? Right. So let's say collaboration. If you're open to collaboration, great. That's the key thing, right? So you just made a decision. So it's going to allow you to establish your credibility, be in your power, get in front of more people without spending a ton of money. And so if we're looking at collaboration from that perspective, then yes, that's a key thing. That's something we can do. That's something that's something that will totally help us with getting more leads, right? So really understanding how to problem solve, how to break things down, uncover things, that we may not have been open to before, really enhances your ability to lead in your business, okay? To lead yourself, self-leadership, and lead in your business. So so those three things, productivity, performance, and leadership, make so much sense. And once you have that all together, you show up differently. You do. You show up differently. So just kind of like break those things down. Break those things down. Ask yourself the necessary questions, and really get an eye opener on the things that need to shift and the things that needs to change in your business so that you are levels to bring in higher conversions. Okay, so that's really it. That's really it about intuition and mind control. Really going back to, not really recapping, but going back to what I was saying about having that control over your thoughts. Because when our brain is telling us things that we really don't need to hear, and it's really a default thing. It's really something that you have to control. You have to get those things out of there and move in the more supporting thoughts that are going to help you get throughout each day. When you recommit to each day, you're going to need those thoughts to really help you make it through the day. And you do, and you have control of this. You have the power to do this, right? Understand that you are in your power, right? This is like, that goddess energy. I'm telling you, it really does work. Okay. So activate it. All right. So this is all I have for you today as far as, being intuitive, being in a place of knowing, and being in control of your mind to catapult your conversions. So if you have any questions about what I spoke about here today, please let me know. Send me a DM, just get in touch. And if you would like to get on a call or anything like that, also let me know that. If you like to work together, let me know. Just we can explore anything that you are having concerns with, or just are needing to shift in your business. All right. So take care, guys. I will see you next time. Be well and be safe.